Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our lesson about students with physical or health disabilities. So, what is this? So, the foundations of physical and health disabilities started last 350 BC. 350 BC. First known description of epilepsy, it started last 350 BC, and cerebral palsy first described in 1800s. And AIDS is one of the most recent health disabilities. That time, AIDS, but this time it's COVID, no? So another one is how are physical and health disabilities defined? Three categories: other health impairment, so disorder resulting in limited strength, vitality, or alertness with respect to the educational environment. So there is a big problem when it comes to the physical and other health ano po. So another one is the orthopedic impairment from the word ortho, which is referring more on the bones, which is referring on more on the ano po, um, so this is such as polio, clubfoot, bone tuberculosis, cerebral palsy, spina bifida, muscular dystrophy, amputation, fractures, or burns that adversely affect educational performance. Then that is more on the bones, problem in bones. Traumatic brain injury from the word itself, trauma. So an acquired injury to the brain caused by external physical force, meaning there is a physical force happen to a person, why it happened, why there is what, why there is injury in their brain, resulting in total or partial functionality disability that adversely affects educational performance, includes open or closed head injuries, di ba? Kapag nasugatan, kapag may nangyaring kakaiba sa kanyang utak, the possibility is there is what? Bad effect when it comes to their academic performance with their ano po. So another one is um, what are the examples of other health impairments? The other health impairments such as asthma, ADHD, diabetes, epilepsy, heart conditions, hemophilia, lead poisoning, leukemia, hemophilia, lead poisoning, nephritis, rheumatic fever, and Tourette syndrome, sickle cell anemia. So these are the other health impairments. So what's the prevalence of physical and health disabilities? The prevalence of this is students aged 16 to 21 years old, about 0.10% orthopedic impairments, about 0.85 other health impairments. This is the third largest category, and about 0.4% brain injury. No? So what are some causes of orthopedic impairments? The other causes of orthopedic impairments, the orthopedic impairments causes vary, but some examples include like the cerebral palsy, damage to different parts of the brain. Naaapektuhan din po ng cerebral palsy ang utak ng tao, damage to the different brain because of more ano, water in his or her brain, and the problem in that is the muscle tone movement caused by the and prematurity and intrauterine development, lack of blood flow or oxygen. Kaunti ang pumapasok na dugo or pumapasok na tubig. Spina bifida from the word itself, spine, congenital disorder resulting when bones surrounding the spinal cord do not close or grow together. Another one is the muscular dystrophy. What is this? The muscular dystrophy is inherited from the or gene mutation causing the muscle weakening. Okay, so another one is these are the types of the cerebral palsy and their effects. So number one is the spasticity, difficulty including voluntary movements, increasing muscle tone. Next is the atriclodosis, involuntary movement of the limbs with muscle tones. Hindi niya maigalaw-galaw yung kanyang limbs. Then next is the alexia, muscle coordination problems affecting balance and balance. So they cannot move well. There is loss of control. No. Next is the mixed, which is more than one type of cerebral palsy, meaning combination ito ng lahat. Yan ang mixed. Kawawa naman yan, Kasi pinaghalo-halong uri ng sakit. So what are some causes of other health impairments? The causes of this is one, many different causes and many different disabilities. It includes the AIDS, asthma, ADHD, cancer, diabetes, sickle cell anemia, or epilepsy. Yung epilepsy is recurrent seizures resulting in problems with consciousness, di ba? So I know that you are familiar with this. I know that you are familiar with the so-called epilepsy. So generalized tonic-clonic seizures, the absent seizures, simple partial seizures, and complex partial seizures. So ito yung malala ata, yung complex partial. So what are some causes of traumatic brain injury? Traumatic brain injury, it's an acquired head injury caused by external force that adversely affect educational performance. So there is a big effect when it comes to the performance, often caused by car accidents, falls, nahulog, ano. So, iba naman to yung nahulog ka sa maling tao. No, iba naman yun. Okay. Violence-related injuries and sports injuries. Another one is the open head injury. Skull is penetrated and brain exposed, no? Yung nakikita na yung yung bungo, yung skull. Closed head injury, no penetration but serious consequences. So yan, there is a big problem when it comes to na wala siyang penetration pero hindi kasi makita, no? Another one is what are some common characteristics of students with physical and health disabilities? Pag-uusapan natin kung ano yung mga common na characteristics nila. Ano yung nakikita natin sa kanila. Okay? Okay, so one is the characteristics vary depending on the specific condition. So orthopedic impairments, it's more on the motor coordination, balance and coordination, traumatic injury, problems with coordination. So, di sila makapaglakad kasi may problema nga sa kanilang bones. Di sila makatayo ng maayos, no? They have also the difficulty with walking, vision, speaking, hearing, stamina, paralysis, seizures, emotional and cognitive difficulties. So how are students identified with physical or health disabilities? Identification is usually completed through medical diagnostic procedures including amniocentesis, chorionosis, value sampling, ultrasound, CT scans, EEGs, PET scans, CAT scans, standardized assessments such as the Glasgow Coma Scale. May siya, may dapat na procedure in order to identify that they have physical deformities. Yan. So what should what should teach students with physical or health disabilities, anong dapat ituturo sa kanila. General curriculum should be accessible for many students through use of universal design principles. So we will consider their situation, their physical condition. So kailangan nating intindihin ang kanilang kalagayan, 'di ba? So lives content to address their specific needs. We give life skills. We need to teach them because most of them have low self-esteem. So we must develop their life skills, social skills also. Most of them are product of bullying because of their physical deformities, no? Self-determination skills, development, and transition to adult living. Use of assistive technology such as teleconferences and distance education. So because of their situation, we don't require them to go to school regularly. Because of their situation, we need to do something. That's why we have the alternative delivery modes, no? Then adjust the curriculum to meet the students' needs and teach special healthcare skills. So how should teach children with disabilities? Individualized health plans. We need to do communication. We need to communicate with their parents. We need to talk to the parents with regards to their medications, lifting, positioning, mobility, um, eating and feeding, toileting, catheterization, respiratory management, ventilator, and proper positioning of student. So, alam naman natin yung itsura ng kanilang is merong ganyan, yung ramp para makadaan sila at makapasok sila sa room, especially if they're having their wheelchair, di ba? Behavioral or social skill support and support for parents and siblings. So what are considerations for the instructional environment? We will consider their instructional environment, adapt the environment based on specific needs of individual students. Education may take place at schools, hospitals, rehabilitation facilities, and homes. Ano po? Provide related services as needed and train staff to deliver special services that may be needed. That's why the teachers are trained in order for them to know in order that they are guided of what to teach, no? Adjust placement as child's needs change. So dapat a teacher must be adaptable, that they must be flexible, no? Okay. So adjust consider the whole continuum of services for placement, make materials portable and accessible, make environments accessible. So that's why po, mas maigi na mas malapit lang yung SPED center, yung SPED class sa gate ng classroom in order na sa gate ng school para madali lang sa kanila and hindi sila mahirapan pumunta. So what types of instructional technology can be used? Decision must be based on the individual needs and assistive technology assessment. So assistive technology could include wheelchairs, specialized keyboards, adaptive devices such as wedges, braces, prostheses, self-help skills equipment, alternative augmentative communication devices, specialized computer programs and monitors and switches. So, ang mga SPED center, meron mga ganitong mga na ginagawa din. Okay? So what are some considerations for the general education teacher? Work with medical and related services personnel to provide appropriate services. And then make the physical environment safe. We must we must always consider the place where they are going every day kapag bumalik na ang face to face. Adjust assistive technology, schedule instructional times to meet medical and related services needs, plan accessibles and seating arrangements. We will consider also their seating arrangement po. Adapt materials and ensure students take part in extracurricular activities. Kahit po mga ganyan sila, they have their extracurricular activities. Ang DepEd po, dahil po inclusive education, meron din silang sariling palaro. They have their athletic meet. Same with yung nakaraang Olympics, meron ding separate for those who are learners with physical disabilities and help students develop friendships. So dahil nga po sa kanilang situation, ay kailangan maturuan silang makipagkaibigan kasi most of them are victim of bullying. Okay? So, yan. Yan po ang ating lesson about learners with physical disabilities. So, ang ating ano to end our session for today, yung mga po, kung alam nyong nahihirapan kayo doon sa video lesson, doon na po kayo sa doon na po kayo sa structuring of the STEM Center. Kanina daw may mga pumunta ng anim, so alam kong mag-schedule muna tayo. Antayin muna natin yung schedule para po malista natin ng maayos. Pero madali lang naman doon matapos doon naman tayo sa iba, sa inclusive education. Ano po? So, schedule ko na lang doon sa room ko. I'll give you the schedule per block kung nahihirapan kayo sa video lesson. Ano po? So, yun na muna. Yung structuring na lang sa SPED and inclusive, Once po yun ang napili nyo, syempre, wala na tayong final exam. Okay po? Wala na tayong let type of test and wala na po tayong Then, ang pakiusap ko sa inyo, pagtapos na po ang ating klase, ang ating semester, wag na kayong mag-unsubscribe. Ayun po. Kapag nag-notify, next pag nag-notify sa YouTube nyo, wag nyo na munang panoorin. Yung may subject na lang sa akin. Pwede po ba yon? Abangan ko yung mga reply. Kung pwede ba yon. Kasi may magkakaroon ng estudyante ako sa next SEM, Foundation of Special and Inclusive Education, then tignan ko nga kung mag-reply kayo doon sa pakiusap ko. Wag na munang mag-unsubscribe. Pag nag-notify sa inyo, wag nyo nang panoorin kasi hindi naman kayo ang estudyante for that time. O sige nga, tingnan ko nga kung mag-reply dyan sa pakiusap ko. Antayin na muna before the final. May mga pumunta na daw kanina since I announced it in our FB group. Kaya may mga pumunta na. Yun ang alam ko. Okay, so may nag-reply na. No problem daw or copies to sir. Mag-schedule na lang ako by block. Hati-hatiin na lang natin. Okay po ba yon? Yun na yun ba? Pipiliin ninyo? Mag-vote pa rin kayo doon sa poll. Kung hindi kayo makapag-vote, okay lang. Okay. So, sige. Thank you very much. See you sa next session natin para matapos din natin yung syllabus ng Foundation of Special and Inclusive Education. Okay? So, thank you very much, everyone.